With the current situations around the world, with wars, with rumors of wars, the threat of terrorist attack, nuclear attack, EMP, cyber attack, maybe even a solar flare or something along those lines, our power grids are very fragile. Having a way for a personal water filtration system, that's critical for you, especially in the first few days to weeks of a long-term power outage. One of the things that people fail to realize is that in the event of a long-term power outage, your regular water sources that you rely on, you turn on the faucet, turn on the tap. If you have a well and it runs on a pump, if there's no power to run that pump, you're not going to have any water then either. All those things, they stop. So one of the critical things about water is having a way to purify it or filter it or make it potable and drinkable. Starting off with a basic life straw, this gives you a quick portable way to drink water. If you had a water bottle like this that's large enough, you could open it up and you could literally transport water in that, and then you could drink right out of this. I know you see a lot of people, they'll bend down in a stream or in a puddle and they're drinking out of it. I think they're just trying to make a point. Really, you're better off being able to carry your water with you. A lot of people really like these life straws, but there's one that I like even better, and that's the membrane solutions. And here's why. The membrane solutions one will actually fit onto any of your standard water bottles. It gives you a way to have your dirty water in bottles like this, and then you can actually squeeze it out and filter it into clean bottles. You can even use a bag type container like this. So you could put this on this end and you could actually squeeze the water through. Lots of options that you wouldn't otherwise have with just a simple life straw. Another thing I like about the membrane solutions is you can get it where it's got a gravity water system like this. So this one actually came with a bag, and this is a 6-liter bag that you can literally hang it up in a tree, and it's gravity fed, hooks to the bottom of it with a straw, and then you would just allow gravity to do all the work. This gives you the ability to carry a lot of water from the water source back to your house. There's even larger systems like this one. This is the Cane Base Camp Pro. It's a 10-liter bag for larger families, or if you're trying to carry more water, you could just throw that bag right in a backpack and be able to transport it. When you start getting into longer term scenarios, you can use filters like Berkey filters or that type of filter where it's a membrane or a ceramic type filter. There's a lot of different types, but when you really start looking at super long term or indefinite power outages, you need to look at making your own type of filters like a sand filter where you can filter water. It can come from a rain catchment where it's coming from the roof, gutters, different things like that, but it's filtering through the sand, through charcoal, through all those different substances you put into that filter. That's going to give you clean water. You still need to boil it and sterilize it before you're cooking or drinking it, but it's going to give you good clean water, and it's going to filter out all of the debris that would otherwise be in there. You also want to have a way for long-term storage at home. So simply having something like this, the 5-gallon jugs, you can get battery operated or even hand pumps that will fit in there. So this is a good way to store water at home. There's racks that are made just specifically to store these, but this is a great water storage system for at home. What I've got here is a 5-gallon collapsible water bag. It's just in a cardboard tote. Makes it easy to stack like that, but this is another way that you can store water at home and be able to stack it. It doesn't take up a lot of space that way. If you're taking these collapsible water jugs empty out to your water source, if you had a wagon or something like that you could put these in to be able to pull them home, because this sucker's heavy. Of course, you've always got another option of using a water bob where you can store water inside in your bathtub. The nice thing about a bathtub is wherever your bathtub is, it's designed to hold a lot of weight. But this gives you a good water source in your house. If you're looking for a way to store water outside of your house or in your garage or possibly by a rain catchment system, you can use food grade 55-gallon drums, the plastic ones preferably, and you can go ahead and store water in those. You can actually stack those barrels so that when one fills up, it flows into the other. That way you're not losing that water when you get a lot of rain. Some things you want to take into consideration when you've got one of those 55-gallon drums is how are you going to get the water out of it? So I've got here a couple of different pump options. So this is a simple battery operated pump. This one is just a squeeze pump, and that's going to allow you to siphon the water out of that barrel, fill up your drinking containers, fill up your pot if you're going to boil the water or whatever you're trying to do. I also have a larger siphon pump. This is what I intend to use in my rain barrel. It'll get all the water down to the bottom. Another method you could simply do is elevate that 55-gallon drum a little bit and put a small spigot down at the bottom of it where you can just open it up. You can put your water bottles, your pot, or different things like that underneath it and catch it that way. Over here, what I've got behind me, this is probably something you've seen before, but maybe not for this purpose. This is a turkey burner and a big turkey burner pop here. What I liked about this was that it's got a spigot at the bottom to drain the oil. But my intentions for something like this is I can boil a whole lot of water in this and sterilize it and then put it into those other longer term storage containers just by simply dumping it right out of the spigot. That makes it a whole lot easier than trying to pick up this whole pot to dump the water out into something I'm trying to catch it in when you've already got that spigot. So this is a great way to be able to boil a large amount of water all at one time. Of course, I've got a propane burner back here, but what you could do in place of that is if you had bricks, you could build the bricks up and then be able to simply place your pot on top of the bricks and build a wood fire. You could do the same thing without having to use any propane. Another thing I have right here, this is a disinfectant generator. You simply use a little bit of salt, put a little bit of water in there, you plug it into a battery pack or a small solar charger, a power bank or anything like that, and the electricity mixed with the salt, the electrolytes in there, is going to create bleach. Multi-purpose if you had where you're trying to disinfect an area. This is designed to be able to sterilize water, get potable drinking water by simply putting a few drops in your water, depending on how many gallons you have of water. These are very inexpensive, readily available right now. Pick up one of these and throw it in your supplies, your preps, because this is really easy to plug into a battery bank, like just a phone bank charger or something, and you can go ahead and create that bleach solution really quickly. Another thing that I've got here are, these are some water keys. If you need to be able to go get water out of a building, a public location, or anything along those lines where they've got a key on the side of the building, it doesn't allow you to access the water. Maybe there's stored water in the fire sprinkler systems or anything along those lines where you can open those up and drain that water out. It might not be the cleanest water, but again, you can throw it in that sand, filter out the impurities, and then you can boil it or sterilize it using that bleach solution, and then you've got good potable drinking water. Another tool I'd recommend that you have is a hydrant wrench. This will allow you to access water that's stored in hydrants if there's any gravity pressure in that water system. These are several different options. I know there's a lot of different options out there for water. Another thing I forgot to mention is having a still. A still can actually help you distill that water. It's very similar type of setup to this, where it's got a pot, you put all that water in there, and it basically boils it off, collects the vapors inside, and then you've got pure drinking water that's been distilled. That still also can work in other ways. Again, when it comes back to other supplies and preps, first aid, emergencies, if you want to be able to create your own alcohol, again, for sterilizing or for consumption or barter. And that would be a great way if you're along the coastline where you've got salt water. You can actually distill it down and take off clean drinking water with a still like that, and it works great. I know there's a lot of different types of systems out there and different ways that you can sterilize water, different ways that you can get potable drinking water. Maybe a ground well that you've put in where you're getting purified water from up from the ground. That's a hand pump style. I don't know. Throw it in the comments below. What are some systems you're using? Make sure that you're preparing for that long-term grid down power outage, whether it's a cyber attack, terrorist attack, nuclear threat, wars, solar threat, EMP, any number of those things. There's so many different things that can take down the power grid that you have no idea what could cause it to go out. But knowing that you've got your family covered in the event that it does, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, a month, or 6 months or longer, you're going to have your family taken care of, and you're going to have a way to be able to provide water, one of those basic needs and necessities, which is also another great barter item, because when people are out of water, they'll do a lot to get water. Water is like gold, and it's very valuable. It becomes a great bartering and trading item. So until next time, keep practicing, keep prepping, and stay safe. American Thrivalist out.